It is now safe to say that the landscape of WWE has officially changed for the new year. And I say that now because the title change that I'm going to be talking about in today's video has been needed for the longest time. We can finally wake up from this American nightmare that's been haunting us for 2 years at this point, and a story that's kind of getting boring to read. And what I'm talking about today is Drew McIntyre beating Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship in the 3 Stages of Hell match on this week's Friday Night Smackdown. We can all now ignore the fact that Drew McIntyre has lost like 20 championship matches in a row, excluding, his championship match at WrestleMania where he beat Seth Rollins. And it's not even really just the WWE Championship, the World Championships that he's went after. It's the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship, and also even the Tag Team Championships. Drew McIntyre has had bad luck with gaining any gold ever since he lost his second WWE Championship. Now, I know I've made videos about Drew McIntyre in the past with the whole self-broken dream stuff, and it just got to a point where we didn't really know if Drew McIntyre was even going to be considered in the top guy position again. We know he can tell good stories. We know that he's good on the mic. We know he's good in the ring. And we know he has what it takes to carry WWE to new heights. But the main event scene was always just filled. And he always felt that he was at the number 2 spot. Even with the whole Roman Reigns beef. Like, Drew McIntyre was always looked at as someone as second best. Like, he was always looked as a backup. And so it's very poetic that now he wins it and he could potentially be the one to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. That redemption storyline, that bloodline hunter storyline, it adds a lot of mix to it. And Cody Rhodes being in the picture will probably make it better, considering the fact that, people are now complaining about Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns fighting each other again. Well, I wasn't complaining. But Drew McIntyre adds a whole new element to it because Drew McIntyre can bring the promos, bring the story. He has a big story with both the guys, like Roman, the bloodline hunter thing. Cody with, him making it personal, burning a picture of his father, of Cody's father. And now it's more interesting now. So now we have those elements, and now we have, all parties who know how to work on the mic, and that will make a fantastic main event of WrestleMania Night 2. We've seen what Drew McIntyre is capable of when it's personal, in any rivalry. Like, for example, CM Punk. Like, we've seen, the mess that he can make. We've seen what Roman can do with somebody that he truly despises. Look at his rivalry with Kevin Owens. Cody Rhodes, we know what he can do. Look at his rivalry with Seth Rollins. In all of these storylines and these elements were the best storylines WWE has seen for the past 5 years. So these men just all being in this picture, especially with Drew McIntyre finally becoming champion, going to Scotland, showing up more than anybody, working his ass off. This is a champion that we've needed for a long time, because we know Drew McIntyre, he's not going to leave, he's not going to fold, he's not going to take any deals to leave WWE for the longest time. He's not going to be a politician like Cody Rhodes is. He's not going to, be a kind of a part-timer. I don't like calling Roman Reigns part-timer because he's not a part-timer, but essentially just coming back for 5 seconds and leaving. We know Drew McIntyre is not going to do that. We just know that he's going to be there every week and defending. Well, not every week and defending his championship, but more just giving us what we need from him as the champion. But this begs the question, why now pull the trigger? Why now give us what we've been asking for since, 2022, when he faced Roman Reigns at Clash at the Castle for the Undisputed Championships? I'm guessing WWE had the mindset that if they wanted to shake things up and they wanted, to get WWE in a space where they don't feel like, Cody Rhodes is like this big final boss and he's just this unbeatable guy, because we all know that's not true. But we also kind of have that redemption arc, because I mean, we don't know if this championship reign is going to be a long, lengthy one. Cody Rhodes might win it back before anything and still face Roman at WrestleMania. We don't know. But it was awesome to pull the trigger because now we have something to start the year off with. We have something to be excited for. Going into the Royal Rumble, going into Elimination Chamber, going into the road to WrestleMania in general. Like, we just have something that, you know, lines up all the curiosity and stuff like that. Now, because we all have to expect the unexpected at this point. We just seen Drew McIntyre win it. We didn't think Drew McIntyre was going to win. I didn't think Drew McIntyre was going to win. And now we can expect probably a Sami Zayn being in the picture, winning the championship. We can expect Jacob Fatu, who interfered in the match, helping him win, which Jacob Fatu is a major factor into what's going to go into the future with the Undisputed Championship. But that's a story for another video. I really want to focus on Drew McIntyre and the landscape and the unexpected things, because Drew McIntyre for the longest time has been chasing what he feels he deserves, and he has not done that with the distractions of a Damian Priest, with the distractions of a Jacob Fatu, with the distractions of a, you know what I'm saying, just all other people, like a Jelly Roll, a Randy Orton. Like, he can do all these things now and just not have to worry about anything. Now, I'm not saying that people like Sami Zayn and all the other people I mentioned are going to target him, but we have a new element to where Drew McIntyre, he's still hunting one thing, but now more than one thing is hunting Drew McIntyre. And so we're all going to see how that kind of backfires on Drew McIntyre now that he's a champion. So what I want everybody to take away from this video, especially on a wrestling standpoint, expect the unexpected. Like, because that's the beautiful thing about wrestling. You never know what's going to happen next, even if you do know. Like, we got a lot of things like the Wrestling Observer newsletter who reports everything, because there's a lot of moles. We got, you know, just all these other outlets, you know, Wrestling Purses, Wrestle Ops, just all these other, you know, Twitter people, Twitter accounts that, you know, just make sure that they leak everything and stuff like that. But I understand where a lot of people are coming from in terms of just like, you know, this being long overdue, because this was an American nightmare that haunted us for the longest time, and I'm glad that it ended. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say for now. Congratulations to Drew McIntyre. I actually saw him at a Scotland show, you know, showing off the championship and shit. He didn't really get rid of the side plates yet, but we'll get there. But yeah, love you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Peace.